You click this because you've spent the last 3 hours shopping between Bitcoin and gold, hoping to find the one that will make you rich. But you're still stuck making $45,000 a year, just like you were 3 years ago. You're building your wealth and doing your research. But let's be honest, you're broke. And you're not even bothering to get a real job because you're too busy pretending like you'll find the perfect investment to get out of work. Maybe you're not an investor, but a gambler. Pretending to be an investor just makes you feel better about wasting your time on something that doesn't even matter to you because you only have $500 to play with. Let me break down what's going on in your brain right now. So here's what I'm seeing everywhere right now. People who have, let's say, $500 to invest on a monthly basis, and they're spending hours and hours researching whether Bitcoin or gold or some random stock will give them 3% more returns. Hours and hours every week, freaking out about the right investment. Meanwhile, they're still getting the same salary that they were getting 3 years ago. The same job, still broke, still living paycheck to paycheck, still hoping that one day, somehow, some way, they're going to get the right investment and everything's going to change. That's not a fucking strategy. That's hope. Hoping is not a financial strategy. Your brain is going to find shortcuts instead of doing real work. That's the problem. So the internet tells you to just buy gold or Bitcoin. Pick the right asset and let chaos handle the rest. It sounds tempting, and I get why. Everyone feels late to the party. The system seems fixed in its favor, which it kind of is. So people chase that single move that will rescue them. But the missing piece is most people aren't using these assets as an actual strategy. They're treating them like lottery tickets. They watched early Bitcoin users strike it rich and thought, that will be me. But that window has closed. You missed the boat on the get-rich-quick from Bitcoin opportunity. Sorry. From 2015 to 2025, Bitcoin returned around 40 to 50% annually. Amazing, yes. That would have made you rich if it kept up at trillion-dollar asset sizes. In reality, it doesn't. The early adopters won the lottery. But you aren't them. But the thing is, the actual problem isn't that you didn't get into Bitcoin. The problem is, you're just asking the wrong question. You're asking yourself, what asset should I put my money into so I become rich? That's the wrong question. The right question is, how do I increase my income so I can buy more of everything? You see, when you only have $500 a month to put into the market, you feel like you need to get it just right. You feel like if you make one wrong move, you're gonna be ruined, right? So you put all your money into Bitcoin or gold or whatever, and then you worry, and then it crashes, and then you panic sell, and then you're right back at the starting line. But if you're making $5,000 a month and you want to invest, you don't have to guess. You can own gold, Bitcoin, stocks, and real estate all at once. You don't need to find the perfect asset. You just need to make enough to get a piece of everything. And if something you own tanks, you won't panic because you're still making money. You can buy more. You can adapt. You can adjust. So listen carefully. The people who win aren't the ones who found the perfect asset. They're the ones who built income first. Assets are the result of income, not a substitute. And your brain totally hates hearing this. It wants the shortcut. It wants the lottery ticket. It doesn't want to hear, build your income over 3 years. But why does your brain do this? Why does it chase assets instead of income? Because income requires work, delayed gratification, learning new things, building something. And let's be honest, that's hard. That requires effort, and that takes years. That requires you to be challenged. But buying an asset like Bitcoin, that requires one click. That requires zero work, zero learning, zero building. And there is a small chance it will go to the moon and you'll become a millionaire overnight. Your brain totally loves that. That's why you're buying lottery tickets. You're not investing, you're gambling. And you call it investing to make yourself feel better. And look, I'm not saying you shouldn't own Bitcoin or gold or whatever. I own a little of both, like 5 to 10% of my portfolio. But that's not my strategy. That's just my hedge. That's just my bet on the world going crazy. My actual strategy? Stocks and options. Boring, unsexy stocks. 80% of my portfolio. Because they compound. Stocks pay dividends and options pay premiums. And yeah, they crash sometimes. But I'm making money every month from those dividends and premiums. So I'm able to buy more when they're low. That's the plan. Income first, assets second. But your brain doesn't want something boring. Your brain wants something sexy. Your brain wants the story of, I bought Bitcoin at $100 and now I'm a millionaire. That's sexy. That's the dream. But you didn't buy Bitcoin at $100. You're buying it at $90,000. And it might go to $200,000. Or it might crash 80% again like it's done a dozen times already. And if you're not okay with an 80% drop and you're going to panic sell, then you shouldn't own it. Here's the mistake everyone is making. They think it's the asset. They think, if I just choose the right asset, I'll be fine. No, it's not the asset. It is income. It is the skills. It's about creating multiple streams so you don't have to depend on just one job, just one company, just one income stream. Gold isn't going to save you if you don't have the ability to earn money. Bitcoin isn't going to save you if you don't have the ability to earn money. And stocks aren't going to save you if you sell them every time they drop 20%. Okay, you want to know what's going to save you from chaos? Income and adaptability. Those are your friends. Income is your engine. Assets are your output, and you build your engine first. If you have the ability to earn money from multiple sources, different skills, different income streams, you are like a brick wall. You are unbreakable. And when chaos comes, and everything you own goes down 50%, 60%, you adapt, you pivot, and you continue to earn. And then, you take your income and you diversify it into different assets. Maybe some stocks for growth. Maybe some Bitcoin as a hedge against chaos. Maybe some gold to protect your wealth or some real estate if you have the numbers to do it. But you're not betting on just one thing. And you're not hoping to get saved by some other asset. You are creating wealth because you have the income to support it. Most people do this backwards. They try to diversify their $500 a month income into 10 different assets and get nothing from any of them. Instead, take the time you've spent researching these assets and put it into creating more income. Learn a new skill. Start a side hustle. Get better at your job and negotiate a raise. Build something. Because when you have $2,000, $3,000, $5,000 a month to invest, diversification is easy. Asset allocation is easy. You don't have to guess and you don't have to worry. You can own everything. The real answer isn't Bitcoin or gold or stocks. No, the secret is build your income first, and then you can buy assets. But you see, your brain is trying to trick you. It's trying to find a shortcut. Don't let your brain trick you. Just do the work. Build up that income, and then let those assets work for you. This is how you actually protect yourself from what's coming. Not by choosing some magical investment, but by building up that income so you can buy all those investments. Hey, drop a comment below. How much time did you spend this month researching those assets versus actually building up your income? Be honest with me. I want to see who's kidding themselves. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more straight-up truth on psychology, money, and how your brain is working against you, subscribe.